we're doing a quick little discussion. So, Will Anderson, the Ox, had asked the question, who had the better time manipulation abilities? In fact, let me read that verbatim. Who has the better time control, Guildo or Hit? Now, I'm doing this discussion today because on Tuesday I'm going to do another one that's Halloween related. So, this one just came up, and I had time, so I'm like, it should be a quick one. So I'd figure I'd address it. So when looking at them, who had the better time overall control of time? The issue with this comparison is this: is that Guildo only has one time manipulating ability. Hit had like 3 or 4 different abilities that entail time control. I mean, let's break it down. Guildo could literally stop time around him as long as he's holding his breath. If he could get like a big breath just and hold it for about, I don't know, a minute, he literally could freeze time for a minute and could do it. Like if any other character in DBZ had that ability, they would be the most OP. Like if Vegeta had that ability, Frieza would have been screwed. Because Vegeta just would have walked up at him at one point, just kept blasting him point blank in the head. When it didn't work and he realized he was starting to run low on breath, he'd just get back into his place, and just go, So that's basically it. If Goku had it, he wouldn't use it. If Cell had it, everyone would be fucked. So, yeah, it is a pretty hacked ability. However, it's predicated on the fact that Goldo's ability is powerful, but it's predicated on the fact of how long you can hold your breath and what you can do in that time. Really, Guildo just used it to run away. That's all Guildo did. Really, he was psychic was the thing. That was his real powers. He was psychic. That's why he was able to move trees, like turn them into like giant pointed sticks, basically spears. It freeze people in place. But that's not time control. That's his psychic abilities. One second. So Guildo's only time control is the breath holding ability, which is only good when for however long he can hold his breath, which really wasn't that long when you really broke it down. Also, when you're in combat, you're not able to hold your breath as easy, or as long. So it's kind of a stupid. It's kind of a weaker technique as you get down to it. Then you go down to Hit, who, if I'm remembering this correctly, his time skip literally allowed him to jump ahead in time. That he literally, like, it started at like 0.1 seconds, 0.2, eventually like 2 or 3 seconds is this time skip. He skipped through time is what he did. So the ability to actually not freeze time, but he could do that. But to move ahead in time to basically just hit your opponent's vital spots, essentially. That alone is a pretty hacked technique. But then you get to other forms of the technique, which basically allowed him to freeze time, basically time skip. Basically, I think what he was doing, like when he assassinated that guy on that planet, was time skip. Basically, no one saw him come in or come out. But he also projects himself for like an illusion of himself, so no one knows. So no one knows exactly where he is. Then you go into the Tournament Power Wars. Basically, he's able to store the time, all the time he's ever skipped, he's stored up over 1,000 years of living and freeze you in a cage of time. The only reason it didn't work is because Jiren is that OP. So, it's an interesting question, but if you were to ask me whose time manipulating abilities I'd rather have, look, if we're going single ability to single ability, like if you're going to compare Guildo's one ability to each of Hit's abilities, I could freeze time, or I could move, or I could jump ahead in time and just catch someone off guard. That's a tough one to say. I might, because I can actually hold my breath for a decent amount of time. I might take Guildo's ability over the time skip. But if you're going to ask me about, say, the time cage, I'll take the time cage over Guildo's single ability. But again, the time cage and the time skip go hand in hand. But as an individual has control over time, or a greater control over time itself, it's got to be Hit, because Hit just had more abilities that he showed, and he had more time to perfect those abilities. So I do think I gotta go with hit in that. For as a single ability, Goldo's is powerful, but it's all about how you use it. And Guildo never really used it all that well because Goldo's not strong. He's a psychic. He's not a true fighter or anything like that. So Goldo's not very strong. And therefore he never used his abilities, I think, to the full potential. Like, for instance, freeze time, make that giant tree, turn that giant tree into a spear, and then stab someone who's frozen in time. They can't move, they're dead. Why didn't you do that? Is it because you needed to focus and hold your breath and you can't hold your breath and do that at the same time? Multi-task, man, come on. I don't know. That's my thoughts on that, though. What do you think? You think Guildo had a better control of time? You think Hit does? I think it's Hit. I think Hit just has demonstrated more control over time. He's just got the better control. He's got more abilities that deal with time. So ultimately, yeah, I'm going to say Hit. But what do you think? Let me know. I'm interested to see in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for would win, Star Wars, superhero magic, what if, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll do a review of it at some point. Discussion videos, obviously, like the one I just did. I got a what if, a who would win, and a box office video to do tomorrow. But that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.